So this will be a poorly lit video and there will be background sound, and that's intentional. Not extremely planned out, but it's part of the subject of this video. So the light, the sound, the rhythm of the movement of the light and the sound, the alternations between the voice and the silence, something that's tapping in my ceiling, maybe that you couldn't hear but I could, and then that car, which I can still hear. It's fainter and fainter, but the motor's very loud, so it persists. And then there's one closer. So this is just the musicality that's always happening. But especially it's happening in our communication. I speak, you speak. I listen, you listen. Or sometimes we don't listen, right? But it's about as obvious as the car driving by to pick up some of the basic patterns of this music that's always there. It's paying attention to the passing sound of the car rather than thinking of it as background noise. It's noticing how that changes my environment moment by moment. That those cars might have a rhythm, and if I ignore that rhythm or try to block it out and then make rhythms in my body as if I could just stave that off the whole time, rather than create a musical relationship between myself and those sounds, right? The car's gone now, but the car got me started with this whole rhythm, right? And so now I hear the quiet and I can respond to that too. I can just listen for another moment. So this is the idea with the musicality of being. This is what we're looking at in all of these different classes and workshops. January 2nd, 2022. That'll be the next Musicality of Being workshop. Probably find information somewhere around this video. And it's why playing with how we sway in a chair, or noticing the cadences of our speech, and maybe even pretending that we are. Obviously, how musical are we, right? We awkwardly sometimes move from what we think is being normal into what would it be like to be musical in this moment. It's not even always an intention, but it's just noticing that there's always a musical relationship between me and those cars, or me and you, when we're in an interaction. In the class tonight, a woman responded to our improvisation together, where we were all saying one syllable over and over, sometimes changing the vowel. Just limited amount of phonetic material, but we were intending to have a conversation. Da 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 da. Ah, da da da. That was just da, one syllable, but that's all they had. And then they had two, and then they had three, so we developed something, but it was all without words. And the one person said, I felt like we were having a really heartfelt conversation. And I asked her, what was heartfelt? She said, I thought it was like we were talking about the pandemic, but it was completely honest, only emotions, no content. It was great. Something like that. And then later she said, because she talked about, I always feel like I have so much trouble picking the right words for people, how to respond to people's words. But here, I could just connect. And so this is what looks like silly talk from the outside, or if you don't consider what it really is, you miss why this is important. But when you catch it, and then you realize that you have a love of music somewhere inside of you, and you could actually be cultivating it moment by moment by moment, just by noticing simple things about everyday behaviors that you'd never paid attention to before. You just realize that there are interesting places to look that you haven't gifted your perception all this time. This is why Feldenkrais wrote one of his books, he called it The Elusive Obvious, right? It's very elusive, but some things are quite obvious if you only look once. And then, so that was an introduction to the musicality of being. I'm going to make some more of these. Again, January 2nd workshop, and there's just going to be a whole string of this kind of things like this, I mean to say, in 2022. So I'll just call this the first in this series on musicality of being, and then there'll be more. All right. Thanks for watching.